Hi everyone and welcome to the tutorial. Today I'm going to be demonstrating how to work a knitted bubble. There are so many different ways that you can create a bubble in your knitting, and I have other videos up on the channel that demonstrate just a few of these other versions. This particular bubble has come out of my own head. I was looking for just a really nice small bubble with a relatively smooth appearance, and I couldn't find anything that was going to look quite like how I was imagining. So I've come up with these instructions. It might already be an existing bubble out there, I just didn't find it. The nice thing about this particular bubble is that the entire bubble is worked over one row of your main knitted fabrics. So when you come around to that point again, you don't need to resolve any stitches. The bubble's already been completed. So let's jump straight into the demonstration. So the first thing you'll need to do is work to the point where your pattern says MB or make bubble, or however they have chosen to describe that it's now time to pop your bubble in. So we're going to knit into this next stitch. This is our bubble stitch. So we're going to insert the right hand needle into the front leg of that stitch, wrap the yarn around the right hand needle as you would normally for a knit stitch, and then draw that loop through to the front of your work, but we're not going to drop this stitch from the left hand needle just yet. We're then going to bring our working yarn to the front of our work, and we're going to insert our right hand needle tip into the back leg of that same stitch as if to purl. So we're purling through the back loop. Let's see what that looks like. Take our right hand needle tip, insert it purl-wise into that back leg, and then we're going to wrap our working yarn around the right hand needle as if to purl, then draw that loop that we've just put on the right hand needle by wrapping our yarn through to the back of our work. Then we're going to bring our working yarn to the back of our work again, and we're going to knit into this stitch one more time. So we knit into the front leg of the stitch. So insert the right hand needle, knitwise into that front leg, wrap the yarn around the right hand needle tip as if to knit, and then draw that newly created loop on the right hand needle through to the front of our work. And now we can drop this stitch from the left hand needle. So we've created 3 stitches out of that one existing stitch. The next thing we do is turn our work so that the wrong side of the work is facing us. And we are going to purl across those 3 stitches, just as we would normally. So I hold my yarn in my right hand. If you hold it in your left hand, do that and just purl across those stitches as you would purl any other stitches. Just those 3. Then we're going to turn our work again so that the right side is facing us. We are going to slip this first stitch knitwise to the right hand needle without working it. So we insert the right hand needle into that stitch as if to knit it, and then we just slip it off of the left hand needle. We're then going to knit these next 2 stitches together. So we insert our right hand needle knitwise first into the furthest stitch from the left hand needle tip, and then into the stitch which is closest to the left hand needle tip, like that. So the needle ends up going through both of those stitches knitwise. Wrap the working yarn around the right hand needle tip as if to knit, and then draw the loop through both of those stitches together. Then drop those 2 loops from the left hand needle. And then we're going to return to this slip stitch, and we're going to draw it up and off the needle. So insert your left hand needle this time into the front leg of the stitch and pull the stitch up and over that other stitch, then off the needle. And our bubble is now complete. My pattern says to knit these next stitches, so that's what I'll do. I'll just knit across them. But then we'll just take a look and see there's our completed bubble. Doesn't it look great? We'll do that whole thing one more time. So here I am once again at the point where I need to make a bubble. Insert my right hand needle knitwise into that stitch and work a knit stitch, but don't slip that stitch from the left hand needle. Then bring your working yarn to the front, insert the needle purlwise into the back leg of that stitch and purl it. So that's a purl through back loop, and then bring your yarn to the back of your work again, insert knitwise into the front leg of the stitch and work a knit stitch, and then you can slip this stitch from the left hand needle. There it is in focus. Turn our work so that the wrong side of the work is facing us. Purl those 3 stitches just as you would normally, making sure that you're not splitting your stitch as I was at risk of there. So purl 1, 2, 3. Turn your work again. Slip the first stitch knitwise to the right hand needle. Knit these 2 stitches together. Then return to the slip stitch with your left hand needle and pull it up and off the needle. And your bobble is complete. So we can just knit our next stitches, and there's our completed bobble. If you get any loose stitches adjacent to the bobble, which are causing the bobble to recess into the knitted fabric or popped through to the wrong side of your work, just pop the bobbles back onto the right side, and you can pull these stitches a bit tighter, and that will help the bobble to pop out on the right side as well. So that's how to work this version of a knitted bobble. Thank you so much for watching the video. If you enjoyed it, please feel free to subscribe to the channel. And if you enjoyed the video as well, please consider giving it a thumbs up. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.